The coronavirus pandemic is far from over. Indeed, the global infection rate continues to rise exponentially,
meaning that every day more and more people continue to contract the virus.
the pandemic is now more dangerous than ever before.
Now we will shortly discuss on second wave of coronavirus. Remember, the second phase, or you can say the second wave of swine flu a century ago, was deadlier than the first. First, let us understand what second wave is. The second wave, you can think of it like waves on the sea. The number of infection goes up and then comes back down again. Each cycle is one wave of coronavirus.
When we predict of the COVID-19 pandemic, experts look to other pandemics and the behavior of other viruses. Examples include the 1918 flu pandemic and the 2009 H1N1 flu epidemic. Both of these events began with a mild wave of infections in the spring, followed by another surge of cases in the fall. Pandemics are caused by new pathogens that the vast majority of humans have no immune protection against. That's what allows them to become global outbreaks. Pandemics are uncommon, but influenza is one of the more frequent causes.
What often happens is that a novel variant of flu virus spreads around the world and then recedes, kind of like a tsunami. A few months later, it comes back and spread around the world or large part of it again.
Now question is how dangerous the second wave is.
One argument against a deadly second wave is that viruses become less dangerous as they evolve to better infect people. Even HIV seems to be getting milder. The theory goes that viruses will spread further if they don't kill their host and so become milder, but it's not guaranteed. It could be worse in the fall because people infected with the coronavirus are capable of transmitting it to others even before they develop any symptoms themselves. And we are worried about what will happen when the virus circulates along with other respiratory viruses like influenza. And it rises as a second wave, but it is often a bumpy first wave. This is happening in some US states. For a second wave to start, you need a sustained rise in infections. New Zealand has its first cases after 24 days without coronavirus. And Beijing, which is facing an outbreak after 50 virus-free days, are not in this position. But few scientists arguing that Iran may be starting to meet the criteria for the second wave. Even there is no clear evidence the virus has mutated to spread more easily or be less deadly. What will trigger this second wave of coronavirus? Lifting lockdown restrictions too far. Lockdowns have caused a massive disruption around the world, but they have controlled the virus. Lifting containment measures too quickly may allow cases to start rising anew. Some virologists had warned that opening restaurants, bars, theaters, and other group activities would inevitably be followed by new infections.
A second wave could start with many unknowing coronavirus carriers in many different areas. And the risk of transmission increases when people spend more time socially together indoors, which is more common in the fall and winter months.
When the second wave can happen? Coming weeks or months as the measures are lifted. But if measures are relaxed significantly, we may end up with a second wave in late August or early September. Winter may be a crucial time as other coronavirus do spread more readily then. A second wave is almost inevitable, particularly as we go towards the winter months. How to control the second wave? The ultimate biggest puzzle is how to maintain control while minimizing daily disruption. The challenge for government is to ensure the peak is not so much that it overburdens the healthcare system. Lifting movement restrictions in stages to test the effect of each before moving to greater openness. In any case, experts say the key to keeping infections low without locking down everyone is to scale up testing and contact tracing. Health authorities need to find infected people, isolate them, and identify their recent contacts so they can be tested as well and isolated if necessary. How we can prepare for this second wave of coronavirus? Continue to practice COVID 19 precautions such as physical distancing, hand washing, and mask wearing. Stay in touch with the local authorities who can provide information if COVID 19 cases begin to increase in your city or town. A second wave of infection is very likely. While we will be unable to stop it, but we now know how to slow it down. The potential is clearly there. The virus is still around and it is no less deadly or infectious than at the start of 2020. The evidence is the vast majority of people are still susceptible. In essence, if we lift all measures, we will be back to where we were in February. It's almost like starting from scratch again. Nobody is 100% sure how far we can go. No country is going to just lift everything and go back to normal. However, a second wave could theoretically still end up bigger than the first because so many people are still susceptible. In the UK and neighboring countries, flare-ups could happen quite quickly if measures are lifted beyond the point transmission is controlled. This is already starting in Germany, where hundreds of people have tested positive for the virus after an outbreak at an abattoir. There is a debate about whether Europe might be at the beginning of a second wave. Resurgences are just what's going to happen. We are going to have to continue to try to contain things to level we can cope with.
To know more and get updated with recent global news, visit the Reader's Planet official website.